Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Well, hello and welcome. It is Tuesday, KVJ After the Show Podcast. Yeah. What's up, y'all?
What's up?
Appreciate all the emails here today. Many requests to see the new employee from today's KVJ court. They would like a picture of the hot 25-year-old that is now working with Matthew every single day just to judge.
That would help me in my decision.
Yeah.
What does this chick look like?
Yeah, I think in the initial email, I don't know if you said it in the call, I think that he did find her on LinkedIn. So I wonder if there'd be a way that maybe you could do a little bit of a research and find out. So I'm not sure if it would be wise to just give up her photo for us to blast out to everyone.
Yeah. Sounded like he really didn't want to be on the air. He's like, I guess I'll go on the air.
I think he was getting pummeled so much.
At home?
Yep.
I actually felt bad for him.
I've had that. I felt that. That's usually my finishing. If I have anything going on with the Mexican Queen, that's usually how. And it's just like, let me up on this. I need some air. I'll be like going, you know what? Let's just take it on the show. Let's just see what people think. And that usually then she, I think, really starts to be like, wait a minute. If he's that confident, he's calling my bluff, then she usually backs off of me.
Well, too, she also...
It really is. That's my finishing. That's my go-to. I need space. Be like, hey, if you think then let's just take it on the show. Let's get some perspective.
It is your show, though. People may like...
You're right.
That's what she'll say.
Maybe. Yeah, she has used that. She's like, well, Jeff, what do you think they're going to say?
Of course.
No.
It's like your family calling in.
I'm like, no, if I'm
wrong,
wrong, I'm like, yeah.
they will tell you.
That's what I tell her. But yeah, she does say what Jaybird knows, and she does. She'll say that as kind of like the excuse. Oh, because I'm like, come on. I'm like, trust me.
I do agree with Virginia. I think if you are wrong, people will let you know if you're wrong, and they'll let you know if you're right. But if you are right, it's going to be a loss for you because, Kevin, all of the people that love you are calling in.
I can't win. I still can't win, but it's like it does get her to get, because otherwise sometimes she won't quit. And it's just like, I need, I'm done. Like, there's nothing left to say. I completely think you are 100% wrong. And I'm 100% right, and that's the last thing I can throw out there. Let's get somebody to sound off on it.
When you guys get in situations with your mate like that, where it is something where you feel like you're right, your mate feels like they're right, and it ends really in a draw. Like, no, fuck this, I'm right. How long does it take for you guys to be cool with one another again?
I'm cool pretty much right away.
I know you are,
I'm not
but
too bad.
Collectively cool within the relationship again.
My wife takes longer, I think, and she would probably want to fight me on that. Come on, Bill, let's take it on to the show.
Because there's going to be an awkwardness for a little bit, and then eventually you guys got to get back on the lovey-dovey page.
Yeah.
I know you can get over things quickly.
Yeah, she does better than she used to. My wife does, and I think it's because she sees me, and it's like because she looks like a maniac or just like a complete bitch if she's like all grumpy faced. I'm like, hey everybody, and they're like,
they don't like that.
Yeah,
they do not like when you're happy and they're mad.
Exactly. So I think she's seen that a couple times. People go, what's wrong with your wife? I don't know. Ask her. Yeah,
I'm having a great time.
Yeah, I'm doing great
with my boys over. No, don't say that.
No, not that way. But yeah, I kind of pigeonhole her in a way where she's got to shake it off kind of fast. So she does better than she used to. But
what about you? You and Panda button heads, and then you're pissed, he's pissed. You both think you're right. How long does it take for you guys to get cozy?
Usually not a full day.
That's good.
We'll usually hash it out. Sometimes we hash it out face to face. Sometimes we hash it out via text. But
in the same room,
right? I'm pretty lucky. I think he's pretty level-headed. Just to balance out all my crazy ass.
That does help.
He's pretty level-headed. So if I have a problem, it's probably me.
Well, if you got two people who aren't level-headed that are hotheads, then you have Facebook phishing.
Right.
You're taken to your account. I can't believe my fucking wife did this.
That's when it's a disaster. Yeah, you can have one person that's kind of a hot mess in a relationship or a hothead. Yeah, if you've got two, I don't know how that.
I don't know how it happens.
I don't know that it really does last. I don't know many successful long-term marriages where they're both hotheads and they fly off the handle and they're easily offended and easily upset.
That's going to be tricky.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be able to come back from what you say. If you have somebody who's level-headed and peaceful and kind like Panda, he doesn't ever say anything crazy like I do.
And the other thing, too, Panda doesn't drink, which is a great thing. I really do feel when you got two people that are having issues and they're both drinking, that is just like gasoline, baby.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And sometimes there could be no issues, and then all of a sudden you're drinking and there's issues.
That is weird. And
out of nowhere.
I'm not a big fan of arguing with somebody when there's been drinking involved. Whether I've been drinking and they're sober, or they're sober and
you can't.
Or either
it's
way.
just kind of stupid. But for some reason, a lot of times when we're drinking and we want to argue,
well, because you don't have common sense, and now you think, no, I fucking know what I'm talking about. I'm right.
Yeah, but it's almost like if you've even had a couple beers, like they'll be like, you were drinking, you don't know. I'm like, well, no, trust me, I know I was completely fine. But it takes that away. Be like, yeah, you think you were fine. And then you're like going, I was fine. I had 2 beers.
You had a half a beer, Kevin. It's totally messing with your emotions, getting real defensive.
That's happened too. That's when I'm like, yeah, that's when it really sucks. It's like, when something happens and my wife don't agree, she's like, well, you were drunk. I'm like, I had 2 beers. It's like, oh, you didn't know. You were drunk.
I've had that happen before, and that
like,
was
oh
their
my
that was their
gosh.
card. You were drinking, so I automatically am right. I go, I had a beer and a half.
Yeah,
I was fine.
Absolutely, that's what you'll say. Be like, I've had 2 beers.
but if
Legit.
you want to see drunk, I'll show you drunk.
Yeah, but then they're like, then it's like all of a sudden, even though you're completely right and sensible in this, like just because you had 2 beers, you were hammered and a maniac.
Then you get the vodka, and then an hour later, you think you're better than me?
Yeah, that's usually what happens. So
Totally.
you've had a few, and you're like, oh, well, then yeah, you're right. I'll show you drunk, and then it goes on the other end of the spectrum.
Well, guess what? I'm feeling real honest tonight.
This regarding Netflix, we talked about at the end of the regular show. Says, got to agree with you, Kev. We're cable cutters ourselves. I subscribe to Netflix and Hulu, and I got to be honest, over the past couple of years, I've seriously considered canceling Netflix. Only reason I keep it is because my sister and mom still love it. I have Amazon Fire Sticks on all of our TVs. Also, we use our parents' login for the cable companies, and then we download the apps for the channels we use. I even get most of the live sports that I like. So Brent, Valerie, Taco, and Jack.
That Fire Stick that someone brought up earlier, I've heard such great things, and I've seen people use it, and it just seems like they get every channel that's ever been made ever.
It seems like you have to know a lot about electronics, though, to set that thing up. And that when signals change and things change, you have to know how to adapt your system.
A little bit.
I don't think it's that hard.
I don't know any of that.
I don't think it's that hard, V.
It's not too hard, but it does require a little bit more than just using basic Netflix. I wouldn't say the difficulty level is huge. And I have a buddy that comes over and he's like, oh, I've got this and I got that app. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And I'm appreciative of it. And he showed it to me and, how to work it and this and that. And the only thing is, like, I'm still sensitive about, like, going, okay, I'm not, like, stealing this. He's like, no, you're fine. I'm like, pussy. I'm like, am I stealing this stuff? And
Am I stealing?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, it's too good to be true. I'm like, going, but I've got this movie here, and I'm watching it. It just came out in the theaters 2 days ago, and when I watch it, there's a guy's head in front of it. Like, no, it's all good, man. I'm like, going, no, this doesn't feel right.
We were watching Black Panther, and halfway through the beginning part, some dude gets up to go to the bathroom. Like, oh, I don't think this is illegal.
Yeah. So it's just, I don't know.
The sound is off a little bit.
Yeah, it's just not. I'm like, yeah. So I haven't really done that for that reason, but yeah, there are a lot of like the Fire Stick, and there are different brands that you can use, Roku and all that kind of stuff, and yeah, it'll unlock. There are different apps that are out there, so I think it is better. And the thing for me, I mean, Netflix has got Stranger Things, which you're getting ready to do season 3. And it seems like it was good. I didn't watch season 2, so I don't know if it maintained or not. I saw season 1. I thought it was okay.
There's cool elements to Netflix, for sure.
Yeah.
They have The Office, one of my favorite series of all time, and I can go to Netflix and watch that anytime I want, and that's a cool thing about that.
Yeah.
But overall, I agree. There's a lot of shit on Netflix.
There is. I would say it's about 80% crap, at least for me, and maybe 20% like, oh, that's great. And yeah, I've got the Office on there. That's one of those shows. There's a couple that I think hopefully this summer, before my beloved football comes back, that I'm going to try to get through The Office and also Veep.
You would like to watch The Office.
Yes, it's on my queue, and it's kind of like one of my set little goals. I'm going to finish Silicon Valley, and I think I'm going to watch those too.
I really think you would like The Office too, Virginia.
I need to get into it. I never watched that one.
It's such a good show. It's so well written, and the character development is the next level, man. That series is beloved by people.
Oh yeah, there's got to be a reason. And what season do I not need to bother? Because I don't want to watch where
As soon as Steve Carell leaves,
Okay.
I would say you would not enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm not one of those people who feels like, well, I'm going to just suffer through it. Just say I did. I'm not. That's not my style.
I'm a huge Will Ferrell fan. They came in and brought him and had him, take over Steve Carell for 4 episodes, and I thought they did a terrible job with Will. Will Ferrell's one of the greatest. There was so much potential.
He's a very hit or miss guy, though. I love him to death. Yeah, Will Ferrell.
I like most of his stuff.
Yeah. He's I love him. I love him to death. When he's great, he's awesome. And then sometimes I'm like, it's just not, I don't know what, it's not quite working. The poll that we had on our Twitter, do you think Netflix gets more hype than it deserves? It's evened out a lot more. 53% said, yep, a lot of crap. 47% say, no way, Netflix's life, up to 51 votes on it. So, yeah, the more people sound off, the more people seem to like it. Some people are saying Netflix search is hard. Sometimes I just want to watch a movie, but they mix shows with movies. Also, to be fair, Netflix isn't removing shows. Hulu is owned by ABC, NBC, and Fox, and they are pulling their content from Netflix. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So don't be mad at Netflix.
Gosh, I better get through The Office then. That's NBC, right?
It is.
Okay. That might be gone soon.
They want you to buy their service.
Well, that would explain then why Netflix is spending all that money trying to, build up all their own original content, because they're going to have to be like a network. Otherwise, they're not going to have anything left except for, their original programming and some crappy movies.
That makes sense.
YouTube Red's trying to make a play. I'm telling you, you're going to see a lot of good stuff from YouTube Red, I think.
Yeah, probably, because they've got the budget for it, And that's really, I think, what your networks are going to be. Your networks is going to be an app. That's pretty much it. Emily here with a comment about DJ Khaled. The other day, he was talking about how he does not go down on his girl, but he expects them to go down on him. Because, what was it? He's the king?
He's the king.
Well, not only is he not going down on his girl, which is kind of dicky anyway, then he brags about how he's getting it and she's not. It's dicky.
Well, yeah, and I was surprised. And this was an interview, it went viral kind of like over the weekend, but it's an interview that's been around for like 3 or 4 months and didn't get a lot for whatever reason. It's, you never know when something all of a sudden gets traction. But Emily said, y'all should not be surprised about DJ Khaled's comment. It's a lot like his music. He does 5% of the work and takes 100% of the credit.
Oh, shit.
We're the best.
Well played. That's great.
That is funny.
It's pretty awesome. Talking about the bugs, cockroaches crawling in your ears. We had that story. Chick that happened. It was in Melbourne, too. And that was like a national story.
It's a Florida roach.
Yeah. Crawled in her ear. She got to the emergency room right away, stayed in there, big chunk of it for 9 more days. All they got out pretty much was its legs.
Okay, if you just get the legs, you got to realize there's more in here. I would not leave until they got the whole thing out.
I don't think they knew what kind of bug it was.
Oh,
you couldn't see it. And somebody was saying yesterday the problem with cockroaches, they can only go forward, they can't go backwards. So when they start going in and they're like going, oh, earwax, food, and they think it's food, they start going in, and that's how they get through cracks. I mean, they think about cracks, well, they have no idea.
They can't go
backwards. So when they get in forwards and they kind of get stuck, there's only one way for them to go. That's why they keep going.
That's horrifying.
That is horrifying.
I know. No, the whole story freaks me out, man. It's a lot of crap. It's freaking me out this week again. Yeah, talking about the palmetto bug, Troy said that... reminded me of the story. I was staying at my brother's, and we were camping. Yeah, he said the first story, the first night we were there, when my brother started having pain in his ear, the next day the pain had gotten worse, and he started hearing a scratching noise.
Oh, no.
We took him to the ER, and he had a tick burrowed deep in his ear canal, so deep he almost needed surgery. Oh my gosh. And it's a tick.
Those ticks have that Lyme disease.
Yeah,
I'd be freaking out.
Ticks are freaky, especially like if you have had a tick for a while, and not really something we got to worry about around here. But when I would go up to my great grandma's farm in West Virginia, you go up to the pond and you go through the weeds and all that kind of stuff, you'd always have to check for ticks. And I remember one time, it was a big old fat one. It had been on there a while, just sucking
On
away.
your leg?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're lucky you didn't get the Lyme.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it at that point. I don't know if it was pre-Lyme disease or what. And I think it's still rare that you get it, but you can.
I have a friend of mine who, this guy was the hardest partier you ever did meet. Everything under the sun. This guy was just consuming all of it.
Yeah.
And then in the past couple of years, he finally gave up everything. Alcohol.
Oh, really? Wow.
Diet soda, cigarettes, drugs, all the stuff that he did piles and piles of.
Uh-huh.
And when he came off all those substances, his body went into shock, and he had this Lyme disease that was dormant in him for years.
Oh, no way.
From being bit by a tick.
Holy crap.
It blossomed. So when he decides to get healthy and gets off all the bad stuff, that's when the Lyme disease now comes out and rocks his world.
So the message
Wow.
of the story is
Don't be a fucking quitter.
drink if you need to, and smoke them if you got them.
Don't be a quitter.
That's so crazy.
His whole life was just lived in excess.
Yeah.
And crazy and parties and ridiculousness. And when he stops everything because he wants to get healthy and live long, that's when the Lyme disease that was dormant.
Other about the horrifying Lyme disease, did he feel better mentally quitting all that stuff?
Yes, until the Lyme disease started making him break out in scales all over his body, and his hair started falling out, and he
Scales?
began having tremors in his legs, and all of his joints felt like they were on fire.
Well, if you ever need a fucking drink, that's the time.
That Lyme disease is no joke.
Ask
Right.
Avril.
Yeah.
He said it was just the worst, most crippling, unimaginable pain.
Oh, my gosh. That's insane.
We do have ticks in Florida. Do we?
I don't know. Probably.
Oh, yeah.
Got
we
everything
do.
else.
We have ticks.
Yeah.
If you don't go out like
I think it's more of a country
brush,
thing.
Yeah.
Country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, probably out west you'd get that kind of stuff. Yeah, every time I've seen it, it's all been like
Out in Loxahatchee, where only the rednecks live.
Yes.
Got ya.
Yeah, out there. Absolutely. Yeah, this second story he's got was a little more shocking. So my dad and I were at the campground's shower facility, and we had just entered the facilities when we heard this man yell, "Holy fuck!" And he ran out of the shower completely naked and was freaking out because his D was beet red and very swollen. He ended up going to the hospital, and we saw him on our last day of vacation, so we asked him if he's okay. Then he told us that a tick had crawled up his D hole
Are you kidding me?
and burrowed in his urethra.
Is that possible?
Oh, anything. When it comes to the Aretha Franklin, anything's possible.
Oh my gosh, I got a dick tick.
Was the dick tick in there and he noticed it in the shower, or did the tick get in his dick in the shower?
I don't know. Yeah, how did you get to that point where that's the first time you notice?
Because I feel like I would know a dick was trying to get through my dick.
A tick.
Wait, what did I just say? Did I say dick?
You were trying to put a dick in your dick?
Yeah, I said the dick is going to try to get through my dick.
I think I would know if a tick was trying to get in my dick.
You're not doing gay right if you're trying to put a dick in your dick.
Yeah. Wow. Apparently. And someone else here, Carlos, said with the roaches, when I was younger, he had toweled off, getting out of the shower, put on some tidy whities, and felt a little tingling, and looked down his underwear, and there's a huge palmetto bug crawling around on my junk.
Ooh.
Said I ran around the house naked, jumping around, freaking out. I'm 42 now. Whenever I see those things, I get chills. I think I'm still traumatized.
Probably.
Get it. Yeah. Somebody said, and think fast. You said in the U.S. where you can find alligators that begin with the letter E. I think what Jay Bird said was ear canal.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, some people had said that. Did you not catch that? Yeah.
He was trying to say Erie Canal.
Yeah.
I thought you said Erie Canal.
I did. I said Erie Canal.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, that was just odd things that people comment on. There were a couple tweets on that. People are going, there are 2 alligators in the Erie Canal.
I think there is alligators in the Erie Canal, and I think
Were you trying to say Erie and Kevin thought you were saying ear?
I don't know. You're gonna have to ask Riggy that question.
I heard Erie.
Yeah,
is what
no, I
thought,
was
yeah.
saying Erie Canal.
Yeah, I got Erie.
From what I understand, there are gators in the Erie Canal,
Well, then I think Denny's said the Everglades, and Kevin liked that one better.
but Erie Canal was
It
first.
was at the same time, and I don't think there are alligators naturally in the Erie Canal.
Oh.
It's upstate New York.
The Erie Canal itself is not natural.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it was dug through. Yeah, and I mean, we have, man-made canals here that have gators, so I mean, that's not necessarily a prerequisite for it, but I just think weather-wise, the gators would not
Yeah, I just thought
survive.
they were.
Yeah, you're talking Pennsylvania, New York, and to a little piece of northern Ohio, and it's real cold up there. And I'm from that area. And
I'll
I've
see
never
what the
heard of
Google's
gators.
saying.
Yeah. Someone from New York who was there had tweeted us and said, yeah, there's no gators in the Erie Canal, but check and see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Along the way, he encountered an alligator.
Oh.
This was in 1836, though.
Yes, and that was a fable. I think it was a story. Somebody had written a story because I had done that search too, and that had popped up. I think somebody released a gator in the canal. So I don't know. We'll find out. Any wildlife specialists? Are there gators in the Erie Canal?
Because it's really important. I mean, we have a whole point riding on it in the
We
Think
do.
Fast
Yeah.
competition.
Well, that would determine.
It's just bragging rights for
It
Jimmy.
would
That's
be
what
a
it is.
different kind of
It's bragging
outcome.
rights. Here.
Look, I get it. It's very important.
Yeah, it's
It
big
is.
stuff for us.
These games mean everything.
Yes. Social experiment idea, or maybe a sudden death, probably be a better thing. There's a kids game called Zits. Put these zits all over your face. I don't know. It's like I thought kids were trying to get rid of zits, not add them.
Right?
But if you make it goofy and fun, then it's cool. It's kind of like, poop. You wouldn't throw poop if you was really poop on the ground, but if it's fake poop, you're like, duty.
But what if you had real zits in? Would you put like the fake zits on? And be like, no, it's the game, silly.
That's some shit I would do in high school.
You actually go the opposite way. Rather than trying to cover them up, you add to them.
That's great. It's a good move.
No, it's the game, silly. Of course, I don't have all these pock marks all over my face.
Camouflage.
That's what I would do when if I had to meet a chick out or like a group of people and I'd have those really bad sweaty armpits. I'd be so insecure. I'd be, you guys aren't going to believe what happened. I just walked in front of a sprinkler and it got me so wet. But I didn't realize it only got my armpits wet. That was it. I didn't really think it through.
Yeah, I always loved that excuse. We'd had a guy in my freshman dorm in college that just could not hold his booze. In fact, he would get alcohol poisoning. Like all
we
the
had a
time.
guy like that too. He was allergic to alcohol.
Yeah.
But this dude loved to drink.
Yeah.
He would get bright red.
Yes.
Then he would get bright purple.
Yes.
The opposite of your friend. He's not a
This
quitter.
guy, the same thing. He would get bright red, like
It was
almost like he had a
scary.
rash covering his whole body.
It was scary, but he would not quit.
I know. We had the same thing. I mean, I get it. He was a freshman in college, but it's like, yeah, this dude would not quit. And he had a problem pissing himself
Aw.
when he was drunk, too. I mean, everything was bad about it. Like, you get alcohol poisoning and you piss yourself.
Boy, I'm sure he had no problem getting girls.
Yeah, he did have a struggle. And his roommate, he demanded the top bunk. I'm like, shit that. I'm like, no, you got piss problems. You got the bottom bunk. And I remember one time we were at a house party. They did a lot of day drinking at Ohio University, and it was in the afternoon. We were having a great time, and then he disappeared. And then we got a call from somebody and said, yeah, there's a guy here. His name's Tom. He says that he lives in your hall and he needs you to help him. And so his roommate got on the phone with him and he's like, yeah, he's over at the English dorm hall where they did the classes. And he went over there to find out what was going on. He's like, hey, you got to bring me a change of clothes. And so we, at this point, are all going like, what the fuck's going on with Tom? So we all had to go see what was happening. And his buddy Dustin, his roommate, comes back. He's like, yeah, he said he needs some pants. And so he comes out of the room and he has a huge piss mark all over his pants. Aww. And we're like, dude, you were at the party and you pissed yourself, so you left? He's like, no, I was walking home because I forgot something, and about 4 or 5 kids with squirt guns jumped out of the bushes and squirted me in the crotch and took off running. And I was so embarrassed I ran into the class. And he ran into a class that was in session and tried to sit down in the fucking class, and the professor's like, can I help you? And he was so hammered.
Oh.
And so people in the class going, no. And then he had to help him out of the class, and he stood up and he had piss mark.
That's going to be tough to shake.
He was embarrassed. That's why he was bad. He was just trying to.
It's like what you were saying. I get it. But we were like going, come on, man.
Well, because people would, especially like in middle school, if you had sweaty armpits, motherfuckers would tear you down. What's the matter with you? You sweating? So you're like, oh, it's sprinklers.
Yeah, why would that guy keep drinking? You have such poor form.
Because like Virginia said, some people just need it. They want it.
Yeah. It's so fun. The ride is fun. And
Yeah.
until
you crash.
Until my guy's allergies started kicking in. Like, He was a blast.
Mm-hmm.
He was from Hawaii. He was just super cool and fun, and we would just party. And then all of a sudden, he was purple, and you're like, oh shit.
And he probably
Weird.
thought, this time I won't drink as much. I'll probably be able to beat it. You never beat it.
Yeah, you'll never beat it. Not when you're drinking jungle juice out of a garbage can.
That's such a high school move.
Carol sent us an email. She was part of the Three Amigos at Rosalita's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they did. They made homemade costumes that were absolutely amazing. Said, I've been a listener for nearly a decade when I moved to Florida for college, and my fellow amiga, Kayla, has been listening to you since the 90s. It was my first time getting to see you in person. It was all awesome. Virginia, you look so skinny.
Oh.
Once we were there, I had no idea what to even say. I can't wait to attend a future event and get another chance to strike up a conversation. P.S. Jason, the three of us are master-level costumers if you ever need volunteer help in that realm.
That's cool.
I actually do, and I hope they hear this podcast. I'm in desperate need of a Captain Crunch costume.
Didn't you have one?
You had one.
It wasn't. I need a better one. Let's put
Okay.
it. I still have that one. It does not. It needs to be better, and they don't make them. Captain
What?
Crunch is not available. I couldn't believe that either.
Huh.
All right. Well, there's the challenge,
I will-
master costumers.
I will pay you for your services and for all of the materials.
And it'd be great if we could just have you on file as our official helper with making costumes.
No kidding.
We need that because I love wearing costumes.
I do too, and there's some stuff that's just not available.
Or it just does. It's cheap shit.
Yeah, you're right.
A lot of times, if you go, no offense to Party City, but if you go and get stuff from there, you wear it once, you wear it drunk, and it falls apart on you.
I'd even argue some of those 110 costumes you get online.
Yep.
That shit doesn't.
Same
Our-
thing.
Our Bigfoot costume that was $600. That thing was torn up after the second shoot of what we were shooting for.
Yeah, we live hard. We need heavy duty
Yes.
We
costumes.
do. We need life protection.
We can't have this stuff that if you just turn right, like a whole the seam comes out.
Yeah.
That's how these costumes are. They're very crappy made.
Carol says, PSS, 2 of the Amigas are single.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
That's good to know. We will trade out his services for costumes. And he does go down.
All right.
He's no DJ Khaled.
He is no king.
Imagine if I said that shit.
Never been a king.
Oh my God.
Matt D from the Fort said, hey, Jay, bro, I took your advice. I hit the track, and they have a dog named after you. You need to get down here. It is called Big Bang Jaybird. You can see there from the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, better
Big
get it
Bang
in.
Jaybird.
Better get it in quick. I don't know.
Awesome.
Don't know if dog racing is going to be legal much longer.
You don't think?
No, I think it's on the way out very quickly. Probably in the next year, actually.
Really?
Really?
Yes. They
What are they
have
going to do at the Kennel Club?
Well, I think Magic City went to Highlight.
Did they?
Yeah. So, and I think they've got something on the ballot in November that's going to try to get rid of it.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Mhm. So they're on the outs with the dog racing. But it's kind of interesting. Nobody seems to have a problem with horse racing.
Well,
Yeah.
that's just it. It depends on what gets you upset.
Yeah. So I don't know enough about it to comment on it. But again, maybe some other things I will start investing some time in. And Sally,
I'm sorry. Did you see an article or something about the kennel clubs going under because of the dog?
yeah.
Because of dog rights.
yeah, yeah.
Well, if it's on the ballot and they're going to make it illegal, then that's pretty much you're done.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do with it at that
Nothing
point.
you can do if they outlaw it in the county.
Yeah, it is. Florida voters favor Greyhound racing ban. If the poll numbers hold up, the amendment would easily clear the 60% voter approval threshold to become law in Florida.
Wow.
Yeah. So it looks like that is going to be the case. So it looks like it's on the way.
I mean, if they're being dicks to dogs, and I don't know, like you, I really don't know much about it. I was told by a few people that they always talk about how great the dogs are treated, but then you see an article about, oh, they're giving dogs cocaine. So you never know what to believe. But if they're being dicks about the dogs, and I don't know if they are, you don't want that.
Yeah.
No, you don't. But
On the November
there's-
ballot.
I'm sure some people are dicks and some people aren't. And I'm sure it's the same way to the horses, too.
Such is
I'm
life.
sure some people are dicks to their horses and some people are nice to them.
Yeah, I see why one would be voted to be banned and the other not. So I'll have to look into that. I will, because I've got a lot of things to check out with the animals. Sally had sent an email, said, on Friday you made an awesome comment in relation to the criticism you got because you didn't have a, quote, stronger view on last week's hunting father and fiance dilemma. You said that you like to have a look into a topic, both good and bad, before you take a stronger view, and I totally agree. While I don't have issue with people hunting for food or culling where absolutely necessary, I do have an issue with hunting for sport. It's a total waste of an animal's life to kill it just for a picture and then the corpse is discarded. I'm originally from South Africa and totally anti-trophy hunting, especially when it's canned hunting. There's a really hard-hitting documentary on this if you're interested. It has subtitles because the South African accents are probably hard to understand. It's bloodlions.org/screenings.
Yeah, someone had made the comment, well, all those big game hunters, they make sure people get that meat. That is not true in every case. And that's just not true. Sometimes they let the thing rot. They'll take a picture and let the thing, or take the head. And
That breaks my heart. When you think about an animal dying and suffering for nothing, for a picture, for you, it's gross to me.
This one email also came in and said, I know, Kev, you didn't have much of an opinion when it came to big game hunting. I was listening to a podcast with Joe Rogan and his hunter friend. They talked about how people will pay to go on these hunts. They pay directly to the people that help protect the animals from the poachers. So the number that stuck out to me in this podcast was 400 elephants get killed through these hunts every year. Poachers kill about 30,000 elephants a year. So that's what it is. It's 400 versus the 30,000. 400 are killed legally, 30,000 illegally. And so they're trying to stop the poachers from killing mass genocide of so many. So sent me a link to listen so I can check that out too.
you got a lot of learning, Kev.
I got a lot of learning. I got to learn about big game hunting and greyhounds.
Maybe you won't be such a dickhead.
Your weekend just got poached.
Oh, I know, right?
You're going to be listening to nothing but podcasts about animals.
Animal Kev.
A lot of stuff. Sean sent an email, said, Kev, stop secretly escaping to your underground lair where you plan out your mischievous agenda on your other sports show. In all seriousness...
You have an underground lair? You know we've always wanted one for the KVJ show.
Well, his underground lair is actually this studio. He does the sports show from our own lair.
Yeah, just in this studio. And you know what I do now? I feel bad, but I have to. Is I run back to the KVJ office and I lock the door now. And so I'm in there and people are like looking in. And I'm like, no, can't.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
Send me an email.
Well, yeah, I had people just coming in just like, because they saw me like going, Kev, that's awesome. You're never here. Like, and they just come down, sit down. They just chill. And they'd be like going, so what's going on? I'm like, oh. And then
I don't think there's anything wrong with closing your office door.
No, I know. I felt bad. But it's like when the people are like knocking on the window and I'm like, no. And I'm like, bye. And they're like, open up. And I'm like, well, no.
The only people doing that's got to be salespeople. They're
They're
going to be the only ones that don't get the door being closed.
And I kind of do it now, and I wave to them next, and like the third time's like double fingers, like, fuck you. I'm not opening the door.
Well, you can tell which people are just here all day.
Yeah.
And which people are here till they finish their work.
Yeah.
Kevin is here till he finishes his work. Some other people come in at 9 and leave at 5:30, and they're just looking to kill some time. Right around 3:45, they just want to have a little, maybe a 20-minute chat.
And they're nice people, and
They are. I love them.
they like you, and they respect you, and that's why they want to talk to you.
And I love to. It's just, it's not on the thing. Well, the problem was I got to pick up my son from school, and so 6 days in a row I got him late.
And the other problem, you've been here since 2 a.m.
Yeah, true, that too. But yeah, and then the school called my wife and like going, all right.
I heard one day you were walking out and you hadn't been talking to the queen. You're like, I know, he's going to be fine. I'm not going to be late. He's going to be fine.
Oh, yeah, that was it. That was why. And that's why I had to lock the office because, and she's calling me. She's like, have you left yet? And it's the show's still going on. Like, I'm like still trying to wrap up and I have to fill so much time to fill the show. And I'm like going, oh, crap. And my phone's just blowing up. She's calling. She's like, are you leaving? Are you leaving? I'm like, yeah, so locked off his door. So
You got to get that aftercare. Whenever I was late to get Mags, they automatically would bring her into the aftercare room, and it's like $1 a minute. But
oh, wow.
it was worth it for those days that I was like, 15 minutes late. Here's $15.
Yeah, I honestly, the most I was ever late was 10 minutes. And, I mean, they just chill in the office until then. But, and who knows? But
they get in trouble, though, because they don't want the kid. That's not aftercare.
I know, yeah. So, anyway, that's what we got to. Anyway, I wanted to tell my fellow FSU colleagues who keep bitching to you to shut the fuck up and to stop giving you a hard time. These guys must have the Seminole spear shoved so far up their asses that they can't appreciate what you do for what it is. There's no secret agenda. It's about what's on the news and who Kevin happens to get on the docket for an interview. To my fellow Seminoles, lay on your backs, bite the bullet, and remove the spear that seems to be so securely lodged up your asses. I promise you'll feel so much better.
Aw.
There you go. Anyway,
yeah, I mean, the person that sent the email yesterday or whatever that comment was, again, that's such a low percentage of how people really feel.
Yeah. But people are a lot more dicky in sports.
Oh, yeah.
They really are. Just reading the tones and everything else. And I guess I kind of get it. It's a little bit more of a dude-ish attitude and cutting.
It's bro.
It's very bro.
And you're giving your opinion on something where a lot of times it can be just an opinion. And if you're on the radio, it's almost, well, I'm saying it. It's my opinion. I'm on the radio. And you're like, motherfucker, let me tell you. Let me knock you down a peg.
There's just kind of an overall attitude of being an asshole to each other.
Yes. And depending on who your team is, there's going to be bias. Mm-hmm. And maybe Kevin says something that's fact and you don't like it because you're biased and now Kevin's a dick.
Well, there's a lot of things in sports, too, where it can be sort of fact but also sort of opinion. Like, oh, man, LeBron looked really, really tired last night. And someone's like, he wasn't fucking tired. What are you talking about? Even though he very well could have been tired. It's kind of in that gray area. And if it's someone that's beloved like a LeBron, you're gonna get shit from people.
Yeah, so I try to do whatever I can. I even just talked to the Florida State coach last week. So, and to let you know, Seminole fans, he's going to be back. He's going to be in Fort Lauderdale. I think it's June 19th. They're going to be at the that Fishing Hall of Fame that's right there by Bass Pro Shops.
I love that place. It's a really cool, like a fishing museum.
Yeah, I think it's Tuesday, June 19th. So if you're a big Seminole fan, that's where Willie's going to be next. You can go and see him.
Talk to the Miami coach yet?
I did.
Okay. What about FAU coach?
Yep.
Okay.
Talked to him.
What about UCF?
No, haven't had him on yet.
Dick.
Yeah, working on it. Well, the one that I'm getting crap on is Florida's coach, so got to work on Dan Mullen. So
gotcha. Let's get Mullen.
We'll do that.
Come on, Mulls.
Alex said, I don't know if you guys have heard of ASMR, but these videos of people eating are so relaxing. Being that Jason loves food so much, I'd love to see him do one.
What does ASMR stand for?
It is... that ASMR has to do with that where they talk the autonomous sensory meridian response.
Oh.
And it's like people will talk soft and apparently it's like stuff that just, it feels kind of weird. It's like someone's like tickling your brain.
We talked about doing Eat Lunch with the KVJ via the internet where you put on Facebook Live or whatever and you just eat. You're eating with other people. Then you answer questions about the show and you're talking because some people do eat alone and that can be lonely for them.
I'll only do it if I can eat hot dogs with no buns.
Oh, my gosh. The numbers. We'll get tens of people, Kev.
Let's see.
And bananas.
Can this girl, actually, who looks very pretty, make eating egg salad hot?
Is it good? Oh, I gotta see this.
It's just kind of her lips. Yeah, it's actually getting me hard.
You love egg salad.
Is that egg salad?
It says red ant eggs salad. What? Red ant eggs?
That looks like some Asian stuff, Kev. That looks like some freaky stuff.
I mean,
that is not a traditional egg salad.
All those eggs, man, you know what's going to happen in about 15 mins. A lot of farts.
Is that what it is?
Oh, yeah.
So you just have to have her promise she'll also do a butt cam.
As long as there's not a part 2 of this video.
Yeah.
Part 2.
Yeah, here she is doing Thai sushi. It just sounded somebody eating.
It's not my thing, baby. I'm not into this at all.
Do you want to hear it or just watch it?
I'd rather watch it than hear it.
Me too.
It's too much.
If it's traditional egg salad, I don't want her to open her mouth and see chomped up egg salad. That's kind of
She
gnarly.
chews with her mouth closed, but it's just still even. No, I don't know.
Is the microphone in her throat?
It feels like it, right?
It's so wet.
I guess it's not what I thought it was.
You want me to make one of those sexy ass videos?
I guess that's what they're saying.
But we get to pick your food.
No, come on. At least be cool about it. Don't fucking do egg salad. I hate that shit.
Oh no, we need to make it sexy.
Oh, okay. See, I thought it was like it was like the whispering and the talking soft and all that kind of stuff.
I know what they're talking about because there's this whole new thing where you watch people eat and do mundane things. Like that one woman, I'm always talking about the woman that teaches people how to wash 2 spoons. Like, who the fuck is going to want to watch this? And sure as shit, I watched the entire video, and I'm telling everyone about it.
Uh-huh. Here's a girl that's, she's got a hairbrush, and she's tweaking with the bristles of it. Now, okay, this one's getting me going.
There's even ones where girls are farting, and
no,
Kevin, I swear to you, and there is I
can make you one of those.
If
you need it.
There's a small demographic that is into that. It's a fetish. It's a fart fetish. It's a real thing. No, Virginia, I'm not into it.
Because I'll tell you what, with this quick weight loss, it stirs the beast.
You want to make competing videos? I'll do an eating one. You do a farting one.
Hot.
We are sexy.
And let's see who gets the most views. I'll make a little in-show competition. I think you're going to win.
I mean, I would go for it.
This is a girl that's like, she's just combing hair on a microphone.
Hey, there it is.
Oh, yeah. You got me for a second. I'm like, oh shoot, she said my name.
Say my name. Say my name.
I think you said my name.
You like this shit, don't
I thought for a second I was hallucinating. This made me trip my balls off. This girl's talking to me. Oh, dang.
Virginia, someone offers you $20 million tax-free, but you are known as the fart fetish girl on cameras. You have to, you put your butt in you're farting left and right. Everyone at work knows you're the fart girl. Everywhere you go, it's Farty Virginia.
Yes.
You do it.
Without a doubt. $20 million, I would absolutely be fine with being called the fart girl.
$1 million.
I'd still consider the offer.
$50,000. Tax-free.
20 grand you have to be known for bladder control issues.
Do I have to actually piss myself?
You need one.
You have to talk about it a lot.
You have to talk about it. You have to make us believe that you pissed yourself a lot.
I do need the money.
Yes, you have to talk about how you can't wear gray pants.
I just want to see where the line is at.
Well, I need a new roof because hurricane season's about to start, so I pretty much would do it. 20 grand, I'd probably be the.
So 20 grand is your mark, whether it's peeing or farting. You'd be that girl for that.
I'd do it for 2 grand.
I'd do it for a bit.
I'm gonna save that one. We're going a little bit late, and that's I gotta dig a little bit into somebody's personal life here.
Okay.
Could be a bombshell.
It's Suits, isn't it?
Maybe. Could be a bombshell. Actually.
What is it?
You'll find out tomorrow.
Can you tease us a little bit?
Did you say
it's a photo?
Who
it's a photo.
about?
Somebody's got a photo on their Facebook page that somebody noticed something. It could be a life-changing type of photo. Just let you know that.
Interesting.
Yes.
Who's it about?
Find out tomorrow.
Oh, Kev.
I don't like
about
that shit.
teasing with me.
He's acting like it's Suits, but it could be me. I don't like this shit. Look, he's got that smug grin on his face.
That's just his face.
No, he's extra smuggy.
Extra smug today. All right, I'm going to go watch some videos and beat off. You guys have a great day.
I'm going to watch you do it.
All right.
Creepy.
You watching that video? I'm watching a video.
And I'm watching you watch.
And then Jaybird starts beating off because you're beating off.
Look, we're all in the same gang.
Just see what happens. Who
That's
knows?
how you get our YouTube numbers up.
Yeah, you're right. We get at least 100. We might beat the Jake Paul interview. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. The emails, mail at kvjshow.com. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.